Well, the fight against Scientology is heating up this weekend with new calls for a Senate inquiry. It comes after Labor and coalition senators voted against a motion earlier this week to launch an investigation.
Now, the man you're about to meet is a former Scientologist. He almost didn't live to tell this incredible tale.
Dig through my trash, follow me to taking my kids to school in the morning, follow me to the grocery store. So there's no shortage of the things that the Scientology organization will do to silence their critics.
Mark Headley escaped Scientology, but he can never truly shake it off.
I'm driving down Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, and I noticed a Ford F-150 that was following alongside me. We're going to see if it is the same vehicle and the same license plate. And I will tell you that, yes, it is. 8U2-9097. There's a gentleman who is sitting down now.
Let's go. Come on, guys.
Laying down.
Hey.
Hi.
That was a private investigator who's been following us all night long.
Headley spent most of his childhood and adult life in Scientology in the US, a religion which commands fees of up to $600,000 in courses and texts required for followers to become spiritually free. Famous followers include Tom Cruise.
Scientology is someone who can look at the world and really see what it is. Not only look at it and see it, but be able to go and be effective and do something about it.
John Travolta. And the voice of Bart Simpson, Nancy Cartwright.
Today I am a god.
Bada boom. I mean, it's like, wham, there you go. It was a new life for me.
But behind the alluring facade lies what ex-members claim to be a sinister reality. Headley is one of a group of former followers suing the church. He alleges members who work for the church, as he did for 15 years, do not get paid minimum wage. It's widely claimed by ex-members that those in the Sea Org division were routinely paid under $1 per hour. But worse than being underpaid are stories like that of Mark's wife, who says she was forced to have 2 abortions.
And former Scientologist Mark Headley joins us now from Los Angeles. Mark, good morning to you. Now, you've written a book about your experiences. What was your history with Scientology?
Well, I actually got into Scientology when I was very young. My mother got involved in Scientology, and then I grew up in and around Scientology and Scientologists. And then from a Scientology school, I was actually recruited to work for the Scientology organization, and I ended up working at the International Headquarters of Scientology for 15 years until I escaped in 2005.
You mentioned in your book, amongst other things, of course, that you had some dealings with Tom Cruise. What were they?
Well, when Tom Cruise was first getting involved with Scientology, he did all of his training, Scientology training on how to do the counseling. He did that at the International Headquarters, and one of the things that you have to do when you're a very beginning Scientology member is you have to practice on someone else, and I was that person that he practiced on.
Mark, you used the word escape earlier when you talked about leaving the church. What prompted you, firstly, to leave and to escape?
Well, it was a number of things just that built up over the years, but the physical abuse and the mental abuse and the threat of serious harm became so great that I was basically willing to risk everything to leave and get out of there.
So, Mark, these forms of abuse of which you speak, were they directed, do you feel, at you, or were they widespread? Are they part of the modus operandus of the organisation?
Oh, they're absolutely widespread, and not only in the United States. This is happening in Australia and Germany and France, anywhere where the Scientology organization exists. These similar abuses are taking place all over the world.
Okay, Mark, tell us more about the morning that you left Scientology.
The morning I left, I actually escaped on a motorcycle, and I was driving from the Scientology compound into the nearest town, And within seconds of me leaving, I was being chased by the security personnel from the compound in their SUV, and they were screaming at me to come back, turn around, you can't leave. And once they realized that I was ignoring them and I was continuing to drive into the town, they actually ran me off the road on my motorcycle. And at that point, an anonymous person driving by called the police, and I basically was escorted to safety by 2 police cars. And even in the course of the police cars escorting me to safety, 2 additional vehicles from the Scientology compound attempted to follow me and were threatened by the police that they would get arrested if they interfered with me or the police trying to get me to safety.
And was it the loss of your soul, or the loss of the valuable information, I suppose, that you have that was so concerning to them?
I think pretty much anyone who works at the international headquarters has so much sensitive information regarding the organization and what goes on with it, within the inside, that that they would do anything to recapture those people and make sure that they don't speak out or contact authorities.
Speaking of sensitive information, can you just briefly explain to us the concept of Sea Org that you talk about in your book?
Yeah, the Sea Organization is basically the full-time employees that control the Scientology organization internationally, and these are the people that sign these billion-year employee contracts to work for Scientology. And yeah, you have Sea organizations in Australia. They're here in the United States. Anywhere where Scientology has a continental organization, there's a Sea organization there that runs things and manages things.
Okay.
Okay, Mark. Now you are suing the Church of Scientology. What are you're hoping to achieve? What do you want the outcome to be?
We're hoping that the laws that have to do with labor laws and the abuse that's happening within the Scientology organization, basically that they'll be enforced and they won't be able to continue on to commit these illegal acts against people all over the world.
All right, Mark Headley. Well, listen, we could talk all morning, but we're out of time. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.